Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. Thanks for joining. Katie.
Here I am.
Hello.
I can do video. Oh, wait, I don't know how to flip it
Oh,
around.
wow, look at that view.
Oh, yeah, I'm outside trying to eat my lunch.
I love it.
I
Pretty.
don't know how to flip it. You maybe? No. I'm on my computer. I'm usually on my phone, so it's easy to flip there. I have no idea how to flip it this way. Oh, wait, maybe it's this way.
There you go.
I wonder what that bar is there for. I look horrible. Woo!
Oh, stop.
It's been a day.
Oh. So it's 1 o'clock. Typically when I teach, I like to give agents, because I know we're on agent time, about 5 minutes just to hop on. My own market center, I usually do 10, but for the region, I'll do 5 minutes if that's okay with everybody. Okay, awesome. And now are you guys newer agents, or have you been in the business a while?
I do it part-time. I have, but I've been, am I on my second year? Yeah, I think I'm on my second year, and I do it part-time.
Okay,
But
with
I would
Keller
like to
Williams.
I need to start getting more involved, and definitely learn the social media thing because I am not good at it at all.
Well, Command is pretty awesome with the social media because we have the integration from Facebook, and you definitely can use a lot of the designs. We also, under campaigns, have the quick posts that International creates for us. So those are really great. You could schedule those out like 6 to 8 weeks right now. There's about 6 or 8 quick posts there. We won't get into that too much today, but definitely check that out. What about you, Katie? Are you newer or?
Yeah, I'm pretty much brand new.
Awesome. And have you been in Command lately a lot or not too much?
Yeah, I'm definitely spending a whole lot of time. I'm afraid too much time.
Typically all about context in the beginning. So
Yeah.
as long as you can start growing your database, everything else kind of falls in place. So a couple more minutes and then we'll get started.
My big concern with like Command and Facebook is I've been doing a lot of reading about how everything you need to do on Facebook like needs to be super authentic. Like people can spell like, or recognize like canned, images like a mile away. So I've been trying to figure out use, be authentic, but yet still use Command. And
I've heard that a lot also. The fact that we partner with Facebook, I think is very helpful in that situation, but it is still showing that it's coming from a third party platform, like on that post. In business, honestly, though, that's so typical. You're going to see that in different industries. Of course, you want to add your own flair, add some like personal things to your business page every once in a while. Obviously open houses, listings, those are going to be the most organic that you can post about. But besides that, you're going to see those automated ones too. And when we get to social media, really our designs center, which we're going to focus on today, is mostly just the image in the post when we get to social media. So you're still coming up with the content in that actual post. So this is going to be just covering the image, which that's actually the first thing that people look at when they're scrolling through their feed. They've always said that that's number one. And then right underneath that, the description is number two. And honestly, like the top description is the last thing that people will read. They want the picture, the headline, and if they're still interested at that point, they'll read what's up above. So, yeah. So it is great. Like our design center is really awesome. I know that we have, like I've worked with a lot. I've been with Keller Williams for actually with my broker, with my market center, Keller Williams Greater Columbus, for the last 7 years. So I've been in command since the very beginning. I'm the director of agent services. So I do all of our agent onboarding and I do all of our trainings for brand new agents and transfer agents. So I had get big teams set up on command and all that good stuff. So when you hear me talk about it, sometimes I get a little bit passionate about like how great it is. And some people are like, it's not that great, Rachel. And I'm like, yes, it is. But with that said, we have a lot of agents that will use Canva. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Canva. They have stock photos also that you can use and customize and things like that. But it's across the board, different industries, right? You're searching with our designs, it's all real estate related. And I'll show you a little bit more. Like you can import pictures from MLS, which ultimately is the KWLS. So that's really neat too. So, but it's good. What about my 3 new users? You guys mind unmuting? Let me know if you're brand new agents or if you are been in the business for a while.
Denise Fay, been in the business for almost 7 years.
7?
Yes.
Awesome. And have you been with Keller Williams the whole time or?
I have.
Awesome. Okay. So are you familiar with Command or are you starting to get into Command a little bit more now?
Familiar with it, but need to find out how it can better help my business.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's 6 after. So I'm going to start with sharing my screen. And, as trainers with Command, we always say you want to go to agent.kw.com is where you want to log in to get to your Command dashboard. You can see, can everyone see my screen? Okay, perfect. So I'm on my dashboard. A couple things on the dashboard that pertain to designs is if I scroll down a little bit right here on my homepage, you're always going to have these design updates. So these are going to be the newest designs that they've created for us. You can click right here to preview it, see what it looks like. We'll go over this summer magazine while we're in there. But we have all the new, they do all the holidays and just different update designs that are new there. So that's kind of a quick access. Also on this homepage, I always love to point out that this KW up here, this opens up a menu. I use it. I've used it ever since I've gotten into Campaign or into Command. Of course, you can try and hover over the icons. It just takes a lot of your time. It's a click and you know exactly where you're going. So before I jump into designs, I will say that designs and campaigns go hand in hand. So designs is where you create, right? You create your email, you create your postcard, you create your social media. And then campaigns is where you push that out, right? You're going to go to your campaign and create an email campaign and push that out to a group of people. Or you're going to go to campaigns and you're going to upload from designs your postcard and you're going to pick who you want to mail that to. So I won't touch on campaigns. It does definitely go hand in hand. We're going to spend most of our time. And if we have time, I'll definitely show you how that campaigns work if you guys are interested and really want to know. But I'm going to go ahead and just click on designs now to get to this tab. So mine may look a little bit different than yours. I've been training obviously for 2 years now. So I have like 224 designs in here. So when you create a design, it does filter onto this page. Now, for people like me that are kind of type A, It drives me a little crazy. I wish it was just blank and then I could go to like my email designs or my, the print designs, but that's just how they have it set up and that's fine. If you did want to sort, you have where now you could say, okay, here's all my emails, here's all my social media, right? So if you want to go back and reuse a design, you can filter that way now. That's actually a new feature, and this look is a new feature as well. So they just did a nice update on designs, I'd have to say. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to talk about this import design probably at the end. We're just going to start by clicking on create design. I'm going to go through email, social, print, and video. Please at any time, I don't have my chat up. Let me put it up just in case. I don't think I could put a chat up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'll keep that up. But please stop me anytime if you have questions or anything like that. I'm going to kind of just flow through this. But like I said, stop me if you have any questions. So I am going to start with emails. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Will say I used to not be, I shouldn't say this, but I am a fan of this section until I really delved into it and I got to know it and got familiar with it. There's not like a search in here, right? There's no thumbnails to kind of speak to you, if you will, like pictures kind of speak to you. So you kind of really have to know what kind of email you want to send. Are you sending a monthly newsletter? Are you targeting a seller, a group of sellers, or maybe some buyers that you met at an open house? Or who are you targeting and what is your message? From there, unfortunately, we used to have a search. I'm not sure what happened to it. You do have to kind of just load more and look at these titles. So that part, hopefully we'll get a restructure in that, some kind of update that will help us a little bit more navigate this part. But if you keep going, you can load all of them. At least there's quite a few across here. I typically like to load them all. You can start seeing there's some holiday ones, request a referral request. If you hover over them, it will give you the full title, how to know when you're ready to sell. These can also be incorporated into a smart plan. So if you start, exploring this and finding 3 or 4, 5 seller emails that you really like, you can create a smart plan with maybe an email, a 7-day delay, an email, a 7-day delay. So you can actually utilize these template emails that will be custom to you within a smart plan. So they haven't put those together for us yet. Again, another one of those things that, we're all hoping for, but we're continuing to grow Command every single day and look forward to those things. So I got to the bottom. I loaded all the templates. This is what I was talking about, the thumbnails. You kind of get an insight view of what they look like, the work with me seller, work with me buyer. These are great templates that they've put together. But now that I have them all loaded, I am going to go back to the top up here. I was just kind of exploring some things that I could show you guys. This virtual tour one, and once we get in, and I'm just going to click on that and say next. So you also may not realize is they are actually all put together for you, right? You would never guess that they're put together for you by looking at those thumbnails and the titles in front. But they do, once you get into them, take the work of thinking about what to say out for you in most of them, right? I'll click on some of the newsletters in a minute and kind of show you those. I think they're coming also, but you still have to add your content to these. So these are actually really nice at face value. I'm within, you could see what we call the widgets on the side. If you wanted to add more, you can, but you can simply click on this eye right here. And that's going to auto populate from your market profile. So hopefully you have someone at your marketplace, or excuse me, your market center, who has helped you set up your marketing profile in the settings. Because if you scroll down, you could see that's ultimately everything populates through for you. So this is where I kind of start getting excited. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't have to really think too much. This is great. It says everything that I want it to say. I can literally close that. I can save and exit. Over here on the left-hand side, I can change this to promote my app, because ultimately that's what it is you're promoting your app. And I can save and exit. And now that saves to my templates. So I can save changes. And now that will be under my email right here. So when I'm ready, then of course I talked about going to campaigns. You can go to campaigns. You can create that campaign, which is the email, and this is where you push it out. So I definitely recommend taking a campaigns class. With the email, it's not as easy. You do have to, under emails, create your list and, little different things like that. But once you do create, and I like to just show you the full thing. So this is promote my app, and that's just for me. And I might just say brand awareness. And now I can create that campaign. So right down here is where I get to select that design. And it shows right here. So it's very convenient for you. It lets you go through it one more time to see if you want to make any changes. Again, if you're happy with it, you just save and exit. And you could start to see your email coming together on the right-hand side. So once you get the hang of finding your right design and then adding to your list, you can then put your subject line in and it comes straight from you or whatever email that you have in your marketing settings again. So that's the whole process of that. I will show you a couple more emails. Oops, actually, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. So let me go back to designs here. So I'm going to get back into email and show you a couple more things in here. So again, of course, you have to reload, right? So think of what you're wanting to say, things like that. So approachable newsletter, that was one I wanted to show you. This you do have to do a little bit more work, right? But it gives you content in here. This is a smaller newsletter, so maybe this could be something that is going on in your community, right? Maybe community events for the month. So this is an auto population. What I do like to tell you is when you're working within these designs, if I click on this, my edit is right here. So every box has an edit here, including this button. This button, if I click on it, has an edit. So as soon as I do that and hit edit, it's going to show up for me on the right-hand side, right? So I can say July event. There you go. Right, so now I just change that. If I wanted to do anything different here, this is just like Word. So you can, you could bold it, underline it, make it bigger. With everything that you do though, if you see this done and edit text and cancel, this is where you want to stay for your edits here. This save and this exit is for the whole entire thing. Okay, so I'm just going to say done. So as soon as I say done, you could see it changes and I'm going to be like, oh, well, that's a lot smaller. I'll go back in there. I actually want to do 28 and maybe I do want to bold this. And then I could say done again. That's still really small. That's going to make me go to like, let's see, how big can we get this? Let's try 60 and say done. I'm surprised it actually, and of course this is technology for you when you do things like this. Oh, I didn't highlight it, my bad. That's why it didn't work. So let's say 60 and done. I must be doing, that's user error. So let me take this and backspace. I'm gonna say I wanna start with 60. This is technology for you, of course. It doesn't always go perfect. So July, that looks a little better. And then now we might have it too big, but we're gonna see. Yeah, so still too big, but things like now I can look, I don't know. I'm making it worse, I think. Let's see if we can go back in here and go. Yeah, this one's a little finicky. So when you're doing these, you're using their pre-made designs, you know, it is going to be a little bit rougher, a little bit more finicky, as you can see as we're going through. It may be best just to create one on your own and or choose one that already is pre-populated. So I would have to go back in here again and probably pick like a 40 and hope that that works on a bold July. Let's see if now I'm determined though, right? Perfect. Now I'm determined. So again, you are going to come across those. So now I'm ready to put my content in here. You could just literally delete everything. They have like where you could do bold, you know, these things, add your little bulletins and then do 2. So if you have different events or 3 or 4 or 5 events that are coming through, so you could see it starting to change there. You could actually also drag an image over here. So I could put an image like right underneath my July events, and I could select one of these and put this in there. So if you wanted to resize that, I just hit edit, and maybe I'll want to come down to 350 and 250 if I can. So you can make it smaller there. Different things, of course, you have if you want to center it and have it go that way. Different things like that. So I had a little problem with that July events there, but once you get used to it again, this link again is a copy link. We can edit this, and this can say, visit my website, and then I can link that to a landing page, or excuse me, I can leave that to a web address, or regionalhall.kw.com. I can make it rounded or square. I can change it to a different color if I want, and then say done, and that updates for you also. And then when you email it, that becomes a live link as well. Again, you can preview it as you go. So, you know, I might edit this and center that, but it brings everything through. So that's just using their templates that are kind of give you just the placement, if you will, of everything. Again, it's a little bit more finicky, and I probably won't save that one. So any questions on the email ones? Okay. There are some open house ones in there. Just, I would say with the email, mostly just explore them, click on them, click that I for the preview. One more thing you can do under this options here is you can actually send a test email to yourself. So you get to see what that email looks like coming through. So that's another neat thing in there. Okay, so I'll just discard that. All right, so we'll get into social media. So social media and print are gonna look almost identical. Just the difference obviously is the social medias you can post to social and the prints you can actually print. So I'm gonna go into social and continue here. We'll kind of go through this. So when you get in here, it's actually a huge menu of things on the left-hand side here. So it starts with My App. These are all My App things that you could customize. They have, so it's kind of weird, and hopefully they'll correct this, and I noticed it a while ago, but I'm in social media and they're still showing me like these flyers and print things. So I'm not sure what the difference is if I can go in social media and do a print or go in a print and do a social media. But the social square, when you click on it, anything that says like social, it's going to tell you like what that's formatted best for. We do have, like, when you get into your listings, all of the different things. So coming soon, you can see there's so many in here. So again, they have them, even though we're in social, but as we get over to the right, here are your stories. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook and you utilize the stories, the difference with the ones with the stories, you actually have to create them, download them, send them to your phone to upload them to Instagram. So it's a little bit more of a process. If you're doing just a social post, you would literally just have to save it in Designs and then go to Campaigns and create your social posts there, where you'll just simply be able to choose from the designs that you just created. So that's the difference. The social wide, it'll, again, I think that's more for like the LinkedIn. The social square is Instagram and Facebook. So you have all of the, yeah, that's interesting, because I did click on social media, but I'm getting all the print stuff in here too. Local expert, these are great ones. You can do, again, social square, pick your market. So obviously you have to, I'll say just let's use this one. So you actually have to get your own numbers, right? So how's the market, local activity last 24 hours. It's always, if you haven't been in here, going to give you a tutorial down here. So tell you about that. I'm just going to skip it because I'm going to show you. So you definitely have to get your numbers. One thing I love to point out in here is you can absolutely click in the design and, you know, make your changes here. But I love when you're working with like bigger descriptions or longer descriptions, this icon right here is the typewriter. So some people know about it, some people don't. It's a little hidden gem. You would never know unless you like clicked on it, or, but it brings up this like word box on the right hand side, and you can, and again, it's better for like descriptions, but you can change it to whatever you want there. So it changes that. This is something you don't really need to do much work on. You just need to know your numbers, right? And then every template has a DBA logo. So you want to make sure that you have your Market Center logos uploaded to your design center. I'll show you where you can do that for sure. The formats are kind of funky depending. I always recommend just deleting or removing the logo and then choosing the one that fits best for that design. So if you guys don't know, I could definitely show you where to find all of your Market Center logos that look like this, that have the different colors, the all white background, the white and gray, the gray. So I'll show you, actually, if you don't mind, I can, and I'll put this in the chat. So it's kwconnect.com. And oops. Right, what am I doing wrong? KW Connect. It's not .kw.com, is it? No. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. Okay, my bad. All right, so KW Connect under resources, marketing down here. And again, I'll put this in the chat for you. And then your logos and branding is right there. So if you scroll down, you're able to put you need to get your market center name. Oh, if you know your name, that's fine. I know I'm Market Center 379. So all the KW logos are in here. You could just download it. It's a zip file. So you have to unzip it, put it in a folder, and then you'll have all your Market Center logos. So you can use for all your different branding. So like if this was all red background, I wouldn't be able to use any logo with red on it, right? I would have to use an all white or an all gray or black and gray. So yeah, there's that. Right here is where you can name it. So market update, and that's of course for you, 7/27/21. So that would be, and then I would just say done. And it does, these designs auto save. So I will definitely let you know how to upload those logos for sure. Once you have them saved to your computer, I'll show you. So then you would simply save that. And again, the full circle, I would then go to campaigns, right? Make sure you have your business page connected, create a social post. It's going to auto populate a logo for you, but remember we put our own logo in there. So I just delete that one. And then now I get to browse right here. There it is. I would simply click on it. I could see my Facebook post being created on the right-hand side. Sometimes when you do it too quick, you'll get a blue error, just like that. So we just literally go right back in, click one more time, preview it. Now, some people are like, well, I don't want to crop it, but this is just saying you do want to crop it. It's already cropped, actually. It's a little confusing. It should probably just say save image here. But you do have like different options. So you could see it's built over there. And then of course you want to enter your text. So see what's happening. And then, call me, of course. And if you want to add, your little emojis, you can always do that. Search for your houses. If you're an emoji kind of person, you could use your little finger that points this way and say, visit my website, right? And then throw that link right there. So those are that's in campaigns. So you would find your numbers on your local MLS. So you just go to your local MLS and you would search that particular area that you're promoting, whether it's a neighborhood, a city, anything like that. So you would have to definitely get those numbers from your local MLS. They won't pull through some of the data, like I'll show you in just a second for print. So let me go back to the designs, and I'm going to get back into create a design in social media, and we'll continue. Just want to show you some other things in here. We do have, hopefully they are keeping up down with, I believe, these new designs. This is what you see kind of on that home page too. Wait, I know, hold on. I know why it does that for a reason, and off the top of my head, I can't think of why. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're having a command glitch right now. Well, there's technology for you again. When you're teaching technology, it never fails that some kind of technical glitch is going to happen, unfortunately. So hopefully this won't last too long. I'm going to close out. I'm going to do a quick refresh. just because, who knows if it's gonna work. I'm gonna go back into create design and back into the social. And we're gonna cross our fingers. No, bummer. Okay, let's see if I can get anything. I'm gonna try one thing. Bear with me. I don't think this is it, but I'm just gonna clear my cache. Hopefully it doesn't do anything to Zoom. I've never cleared my cache when I was on a Zoom. I know it does log me out. I am gonna, if I can get back in, I'm definitely gonna go into the print, Katie, and show you that magazine. I'm definitely gonna, if I can get back in. So I definitely want to show you the flyers, the listing presentation. The magazine is really awesome. I'm just gonna hopefully, even if this isn't gonna fix it, I'm hoping the time that we spend waiting. I'm getting logged out of other things right now. I know it logs me out of Gmail when I do this. Okay, so let me close this. Oh, and you know what I just noticed is I had designs open in 2 tabs, and that may have been it. So let me go back in. And I am already logged in. Okay. I feel like that might be it. I'm pretty sure you can only have one person in design. I hope. Let's cross our fingers again. So create design, social, continue. Maybe, yes. Okay. So I think what happened is I had 2 tabs open, both under designs, and apparently you can't do that. While I'm here, before I get back to what I was showing you, you always were asking me where to put your logo. So if you ever do like a custom marketing plan with someone and you have custom colors and you do custom fonts, you know, we just had a team here go through this whole marketing revamp. And she was able to go, it's this assets right here. So it doesn't matter what, or you do have to go into either print or social to see this tab. So the assets right here is where you can do like color palettes, your images, right? So I've added a couple emojis for like one of the flyers that I did. You could, this is the text that you can auto replace. I'll show you that when we get in there, and you can add new fields. The text is going to be like information that you use all the time, right? That you just want to like click on it, replace it, or add it. Here's where you put your logos, right? So as soon as you download and unzip that file, you can upload all your logos right here. And that should show up then on the left-hand side under any design. You have your elements. Elements are going to be add stickers, object shapes, icons, different things like that. You can even upload videos. Honestly, I have not been in here to do anything like this. I haven't practiced it, so I would recommend giving it a try. I'll try it myself. Probably won't do it today. But yeah, assets is where you're going to get all those different things up and running. The fonts is pretty cool. The team lead that I was working with, she literally put her numbers in here and it went straight to the color that they created. So that was really awesome. Okay, so back to templates. I was going to show you the new designs down here. So again, here's your social square, social stories, the Canada Day, I guess here's the 4th, some Cinco de Mayo ones, Happy Mother's Day. Again, these are just the images, right, of your social media post. You're still going to create the post. And most of these, all you really have to do is change the logo, right? It's when you get into a just listed, or let's look at even an open house here. So if you want to do an open house social media post, this is great. This correlates with not only your social posts, but your open house flyers, listing presentations. So obviously pick the design that you like the most. If you have one that has beautiful inside pictures and outside, maybe you want 4 different pictures. Again, you're gonna put most of the description in the description box on your post. So if you want it to be just very classic and not a lot of detail because you're gonna put that in your post, here's just a very basic one for you. So you're invited, open house. So this is where I would select this, and I would probably use the typewriter here instead of having to like deal with typing inside. So you literally 1, 2, 3 Main Street, join us, and then you do, you know, your days and time. Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. Oops, I didn't, I messed up the format. Sorry, let me put this back because I forgot that they had that formatted like that to go straight across. And I messed it up. So let me go. So sometimes they have it when it's like this, they'll have it formatted. So when you do the typewriter, you have to make sure you're keeping it in that same spot. Otherwise it will come out unformatted and mess with you a little bit. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3 Main Street. We'll see what happens. And I did that. 4, we're just gonna go with it. So here I may have to then just type in, and I just hit the backspace, space a little bit. I'm just going within the design now and reformatting it. Oh, see? Of course so. Always. Let me just undo. If you're experiencing this, which, you know, it's not always perfect, I'm just undoing all this. I would just, if I'm coming across that, I'm probably just gonna type in here, Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. Right, so if the typewriter is not working well for you because it's trying to reformat it, I would just come and type in here, Main Street, and call it a day. So this is, here's our logo down here. So again, I like to delete the logo and add my logo. So I do have my all white one in there. So I could put that down there and readjust it. And then now this obviously is not our listing. So we have over here on the left, KWLS. So that's Keller Williams Listing Services. Basically, because we're with Keller Williams, when we put our listings in our local MLS, the first thing it does is syndicate through to KWLS. And then we have List Hub that will syndicate it out to the internet. So the great thing is within 24 hours, you should have access to create your designs. And I'm just going to put in, you can search by the listing address, the MLS number, the listing agent, a co-listing. I always just like to throw in a couple random numbers and see if I can find a decent picture here. This looks pretty good. We'll just select this one. So this is going to give you all the pictures. This one only has one, but typically all the pictures will come through. It's also going to give you the listing details. So this one's sold, but you can see all of your information is here if you needed it to update your design. So with the photos, since I have the photo selected, I can hover over this and hit replace. So it's simply going to replace that. I have the ability to reposition it. So this little icon right here it's going to show you. I can go left or right. So this isn't like the best photo because see how it's not showing me the whole thing. I can't zoom in, I can't zoom out. So I would probably have to pick a different photo for that. I wish I picked all the wrong numbers here to not get the best listing. Let's see if this has more photos.
Hey, Rachel,
Yes.
Courtney here.
Hi.
Can you select 4 Hanford, Hanford?
As a listing,
Yep,
what city?
Columbus 43206.
Here?
Yep. There ought to be more pictures. There you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, it's not my listing, but I did an open house on it last Sunday and I had to do this. So
Perfect.
yeah.
So yeah, you can select this. You can replace it with any one of the pictures. I typically think for social media posts, I wouldn't always use just the outside picture because everyone sees outside. I would pick what feature I like the most that you think will speak to other people, right? Because
Yeah.
again, remember, this picture is the capture picture. That's mostly what you're focusing on. The description is going to go when you create the adding campaigns. Okay, great. So same, just like everything else, I could do for Hanover, open house, Facebook, right? So that's just for you to know what your design is. If you have to do an open house on this next weekend, you can have it there and reuse and then just switch out the picture to something else. So I'll just say done. I don't necessarily need to save that. Try to think for social media, there's not really much more to it than what I've shown you. It's a matter of just going through and seeing what, lead generation is a good one for newer agents. You can do the I love KW is kind of, uh-oh, did I do it again? Let's see. No, I didn't. So see if I can get into a coming soon. Well, maybe it wasn't before that I was logged in twice. Let me refresh. I'm going to move on to print because again, like I said earlier, print and social media are very much the same. So it looks like they might be doing something in command. So we'll go to create and let's go to print. And cross our fingers again. Third time we're having to cross our fingers here. And it's thinking. Okay. Looks like we're back up because that's great. So it's automatically opening to listings coming soon. I could see this is the title right here. I just assumed it was under listings because listings usually come soon. So in here, I feel like what agents use most are the flyers and the postcards. So if you're going to do the postcards in command, so create and send out through command, you want to be using the standard postcards. Some designs have the jumbo postcards, and you can do jumbo postcards in command. It's just only certain designs, and you'll know if it says jumbo postcards up here. Otherwise, for the postcards, you're selecting a standard. So I'll do a flyer. I'll do the listing presentation, which is here. And then I'll go through that magazine. So listing presentation and the magazine are going to be very similar in how you create them, but I'll show you a couple things in both. So let's just go with the flyer first. Again, you have all of the things, right? You have just listed, price update, if you're trying to give a whole buyer presentation. I'm not going to go through the buyer presentation. I think I'm going to go through the listing presentation and you'll get the gist. It's again exactly the same. We have Keller Mortgage flyers in here. So if you wanted to create these and put them at some of your listings, definitely have that. Lead generation, expert advice. You have, these are all social, home value. You could do postcards that are home value. So I'll show you that. But let's go back to open house since we did that before. And I'm going to pick the flyer because we all want our picture on the open house flyer. So I am going to pick this one again, kind of matches the last one that I did. Okay, so a couple things when you're in here. Down here, the fit, this is for you to like make it bigger so you can see it up close, right? This is to make your design bigger, put it back out so you can see everything. So here, I'm probably gonna do my typewriter. Doesn't look like there's very many formatting issues there. So I can say July. I don't even know what this weekend is. Let's just say 27, 31st. And we're gonna do from 1 to 2 p.m. Save. So something like that changes. So because it's an open house, probably before I even did that, I am gonna go to KWLS and I'll use Courtney's again because that was a great listing. Hanover, Columbus. I will say when you're searching for a listing, if you're doing it by address, sometimes, most of the time, more is better.
Rachel,
Yes,
it's Hanford, Hanford.
thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Nope, thank you. F-O-R. Okay, so again, did I do that wrong? Nope, it's right here. So see, sometimes, I mean, it's just one of those things, it's a search that if you know the MLS number, that's the best. And it's also better, that's why it's best to put in like the city and the state. And I know right here is the one that we were working with, so I'm gonna select that again. So now I have, again, the photos and the listing details, and this is probably where I'm gonna use those listing details a little bit more. So right here is the address. So I can zoom in and I can see that. So I could just come to the listing details, find the address and hit replace. It's gonna go right there. So if I don't want the zip code, then I'd probably go typewriter and I'd get rid of that, right? If you're doing an open house in the area, most people are gonna know what the zip code is. So I would just update that personally. And then now this is cool. This used to lock. It doesn't lock anymore. If it's your listing, of course, you're gonna know this information. I wonder if it locks when you do this. It does lock. Okay, so it does lock when you do the typewriter. So let me discard that. So I might go a little bit deeper into this and start typing in here, right? So I'm gonna find my square footage here is 1080. I might not want to put the year it was built. If you want to, you can. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. And then here's my list price. So I can't really replace these just because this has verbiage in it. So if I replaced it, it would just put the price here. So I would actually just, again, type in here and change it to what it's supposed to be, just like that. So this is also in my images where I threw that heart eyes in. I just pulled it from the internet and I just thought it was kind of cute. If you liked it, just adds like a little bit extra to your design, so you can add different things like that if you wanted to. It's just one of those things. You can add pictures right here from your computer, Google, Facebook pages, Facebook, Dropbox. That's interesting. So yeah, back to, so I clicked on images. I can simply go back to KWLS and I'm right where I am. This part is cool. If I want to click right here at the bottom, I can replace with the description. Sometimes they have them and sometimes they don't. So I'm not seeing a description on this one. That just has a fireplace. Sometimes on the listings, it will pull through the description. So here you would probably just have to bring up your MLS, copy and paste, or just write your own verbiage there. Let me undo that. So now I'll go back, same thing. You're gonna go to your photos. Here, you might put that front page. This is not Hanover, I just realized, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it. Or Hanford. This might be an old one. So you can update all of the different pictures just like that. And then another thing that I wish was a thing, and hopefully it will be, I wish that our stuff would auto-populate to the designs. It doesn't. So don't forget to change your picture. So you could just replace that there. Here you do have your own My Assets text, right? I showed you that where you pulled from the from that. So here I can replace my name. Oops, click on that, replace with my name. This I'll probably have to typewriter in, and instead of maybe my app, I might say visit my website. And then you want to make sure that you're deleting this DBA logo and putting in a logo that will fit. Oops, I added two. And I added my name up there, I just realized, so I'll delete that. I added it a couple of times. It must have just popped right in the center. So pull that down, resize it to where I want it to be. And there you have your flyer. So again, here's where you can say 123 Main Street. And you're gonna know it's a flyer, but if you wanted to put flyer, you can. So this is a new thing. You can order prints through Command. Typically, you could also just download them. PDF for printing, you could just download it and then print them from your home computer, print them from the office, anything like that. So it's still downloading. Give it a second. And it should have, there it is. So mine populated, I'm in Chrome. Whenever you download a PDF, it populates to the bottom of your screen. And here's my flyer. So from here, I could just print it wherever I want, however many I want, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna say done with this one. And we're gonna go back to create a print design. And we're gonna go through, I'm not gonna go through the full listing appointment or full listing presentation. But I'll give you everything that you kind of, oh, here we go again. I'll give you everything you need to know. So let's do this and do this. Maybe I'll log out and log back in. Okay. And okay, so designs. Create, we're going to go to print, continue. Nope. Listing presentation. Summer. Spring selling season. Okay. Let me see if I have one in here that I can open. I don't know if it will let me. So this is a buying presentation, which is pretty much the same. Let's see if it'll let me open it. Cool. Okay. So I was in this. This is a buyer presentation versus a listing. But again, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. So within here, you do have your pages on the right-hand side, bottom right. You still have your fit, so you can go in and out. You have all your logos. Everything's the same as everything I just showed you. You can typewriter this. You can actually change the color of the words right here. Whenever you click on it and you see a color here of the same color, you can change it. First and last name. This is you, I think. You or them, maybe you. I maybe say, maybe this would be by, by Rachel Hall. I'm not sure. I'll leave that to you, what you want to put there. Okay, so back to the template. On the left-hand side, this is going to be your template. Just like the listing presentation, this is the whole template. That does not mean you have to use every single page. It's kind of the glory of our listing and buyer presentation, is that you can pick and choose. If you're doing a pre-listing presentation, you may just pick like 5 pages, right? But the thing is, and I've worked with a lot of agents on this and had some issues, is that you can click on this page, and this is a preview. So I have not added this page. I can click on this page. It's a preview. I've had agents where they've clicked on it, started personalizing it, and it will not save. I have not added this to my presentation. Okay, so you can tell by your pages here. So if I love this page, I'm going to hover and I'm going to click the plus. Now I know it's in my presentation. And look, I can move these around, right? Maybe I'm like, oh, I like this better. I'm going to delete this page. I don't need that page. I will tell you, if you start fresh, for some reason, it will auto-populate a blank page at the top. I think it just wants something to be there as an example on how your pages work. So you will need to delete the blank page. So from there, you might have to upload your own photo here because, you know, if you're doing a listing presentation, you might get one from the auditor site, you might drive by, snap a picture, things like that. So you can always go back to the template. If you don't want a table of contents, maybe you could just add these pages. So you really, again, get to, I just want to preview this. Your needs come first. I really like that. Again, a lot of this stuff, you don't have to personalize. You can if you want, right? You can edit this by doing the typewriter or typing within here if you want, but you really don't have to. Here's your home wish list. So if you want to click on that, there's some really great ones down at the bottom. There's neighborhood insights. So how the home buying works, definitely probably want that one. Definitely want page 2 of that, right? So now these do probably get a little tricky here, trying to customize these ones. Again, I would just say, just be careful about the formatting for it, right? Because sometimes within Command, it's pre-formatted and it could get a little sticky when you're unformatting it. So again, I think it's probably best to type within the document if you wanted to like take something out, right? So I would maybe, if I wanted to take this out, I would go to the end and do it this way, just to ensure I'm doing it the correct way. Or if I wanted to retype something, maybe I would want to say something else here. So just a couple tips there. Moving to the next page. You know, again, you want to know what it says so you can get up close on it, make sure everything here is what you would actually say. When these are more specific, you want to make sure, obviously, that everything is pertaining to what happens in where you are, your local MLS, your local division of real estate, all that good stuff. So again, all the same stuff. You know, I'm building it. I have 8 pages now. When I've gotten all my pages, and I'm really happy. As you can see, you can come through all the way to the end. You would simply rename it again. I will say they're in the listing presentation, and I'm nervous to go back and show you, but I'll try it. There are some comp pages. And I know when agents do listings, they have to, or they pull comps from the MLS and then we'll print those MLS pages, if you will. Well, within the listing presentation, and because we have KWLS, you still have to go to the MLS and find the addresses that you want to use, but then you can come here, type in that MLS number, and then replace things within your comp page. That way, it's within your listing presentation, it's formatted the same, it looks really nice. It's just not MLS printouts at the very end. So I'm going to say done. Hopefully I'll be able to get in there, go back to create, print, cross our fingers. And no. All right. I know that I have a listing presentation in here that I've worked on before. I wonder if it's this. Let's just see. This might be the newsletter. Yeah, so this is actually, I don't have access to the current newsletter. This is one of the older ones. Again, it's going to be just like the listing presentation. You get to add your pages, right? So I've already used this. I reopened it. So I already have them up here. But you get to, yeah, I don't need that page. So you get to add your pages. You get to preview them. You get to, you know, you do have to update all your numbers, and you have to pull these numbers again from your local MLS. If you wanted to keep this, if you wanted to keep this one in here. But again, it's just like the listing presentation. You get to add, you can change the background colors like this. So maybe I want to make that red, or maybe I want to make it a light green. All of these different things, you can pretty much the same. If you wanted to change this to, or you won't have to change it. It looks like some things actually you can't even edit in the newsletter. So I'm not sure what this says. So you can see here, nothing populates for me, so I can't even edit this page. This is all stuff that they've pulled. So let's just see about this guy. Yep, same thing. So they pre-made this, and there's only going to be certain things like this page. So the year in review, obviously, unless they're pulling, yeah. So yeah, this page you are going to personalize, right? Because you want your 2000. So you could see all of my options come up here, so I can personalize that. So that is the newsletter. I will tell you with the newsletter, you can, I don't see it here. I thought you were able to buy the newsletter, purchase them, have them printed. On the last one, on the buyer presentation up here, it gave you the option to order them, which is interesting. This one's not doing it, but oh, you know why I bet? Because this is an older one. The thing with the newsletters, some people don't realize is that you still have to mail them or hand them out yourself. So just like postcards, postcards you can do all through command. Flyers or the newsletter, you do have to still mail them or hand them out yourself. Okay, any questions on the newsletter presentations? The biggest things to just again keep in mind is doing that plus sign, making sure that you're actually adding it to your pages over here. Okay, so let me say done again. And then create. So the video is literally just a market snap video. You can only do neighborhoods. So I'm actually going to show you if I just put in anything. So you have to gather the information from your local MLS again. And we'll see if it's working. So it's not, okay. So you have the ability to edit all of this right here. Are the home prices on the rise, decline, holding steady? You can pick 3 different, you only get 3. So if you don't want farm culture, you have to take that off. Coffee culture, so up to 3 different neighborhood features, top 3. Your agent information should populate. Looks like you have to do your phone. And then your market center information. So basically what that is, they have one pre-made under campaigns. It's this video right here. It's going to populate to this video. So it's 1 minute and 6 seconds. I'm going to just hit play so you guys can watch it. It's exactly the same video every single time. So it's just going to put in the information that you put in. I like it for maybe once a month, but because they haven't added anything new, it's the exact same video, just different numbers in different neighborhoods. It kind of feel like just gets, I don't know what's the word, blurred or, you know, unnoticed, or, oh, there's that same video. Can't really tell that it's another video on another neighborhood. So InDesign, since that's what we're focusing on, that's what that video is. Okay, so last thing I want to show you guys in designs, which is actually so cool. If you find a newsletter or a competitor's flyer, or maybe not even a competitor, maybe just a different industry's flyer that you really, really like, you can actually import a design. So you have to save it on your computer. It has to be a PDF. And basically, we have a PDF reader. Okay, so the one I really like to show is right down here. So one of my agents brought this to me. He's like, Rachel, I love this market report book. I'd love to create it. And it was like so in depth. I was like, I don't even think so. I'm like, we can try it. I don't know. And to my shock, when I uploaded this in here, oh no, let me go back, sorry. Okay. So back to designs. And I'm just going to pretend to create a design because really I want to go into my designs and show you. So right here is where you would import that or that import button. And it will then show up in your designs like it'll be your first one. So hopefully it will let me open this because I was so impressed at what it did. And remember, this started as a PDF. So each one of these things I was able to edit. This, I think I was also, that's every letter. So of course it's not perfect, right? So this, here's page 2. This is kind of why he liked it. I was able to edit all this information. All of these numbers were editable, the percentages. I mean, again, this was like some other person's PDF that I imported, and I came through all of these things, then became editable, right? He liked the in-depthness of this. I was like, that's a lot, but have at it. But yeah, every single page he was able to, you know, update his different neighborhoods. And so I just like to show that it is pretty advanced. So if you have some kind of PDF that you want that has, you know, look, even in this graph, I'm able to, you know, change these numbers and stuff. So I thought that was really, really cool. If you find someone else's design that you love, you can import it into here and hopefully, I can't guarantee, hopefully you can edit it like that. Okay, I think we covered everything in designs. Does anybody have, I'm gonna go ahead and stop my share. Does anyone have any questions? Did I miss anything? We went over the magazines. Thank you, Katie, for coming. And everyone, thank you everyone for coming. I'm just reading my chat right now. Any questions?
That was really helpful. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. So it's supposed to go till 2:30, but if you guys feel like we've covered everything, thank you so much for joining me. This is being recorded, so you know, get with your Market Center tech trainer. They'll let you know where we're housing these recordings, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.